Hello class, this is Shelton Stahl. This is for English 315 and we're going to go over It's My Social Media. I want to show you this here. It's the first slide of the presentation. Alright, so the topic today, like I said, is social media usage in the workplace. We're going to start here and go over the agenda slide. It's just everything we're going to cover. First we did the introduction, overview, presentation. The whole thing's there if you guys want to just take the time to review it. We're going to talk about things like pros and cons of social media workplace. There's also a funny little video that I think will bring a lot of excitement to the class. So let's begin. So did you know you could be fired from your job due to social media? This is a true fact, guys. You can be fired or just get yourself in a situation just from posting controversial statements, using improper language, and so many other things as well. There's some examples here in the slide as well. Give you a little second to check on that for a second. All right, and like it says, let's follow me to the next slide, please. So I want to give you a perfect example of someone who actually got fired from their job due to social media. There was a nurse at the Indiana University, and she got fired for tweeting the following. She said, "Every white woman raises a detriment to society when they raise a son, someone with the highest propensity to be a terrorist, rapist, racist, killer, and domestic violence all-star. Historically, every son you have should be sacrificed to the wolves." And then you use the B word as well. Yeah, it may be your personal opinion, but you also have to understand you work for an organization. Therefore, unfortunately, they matter more. All right, so I have attached a link here for anyone who would like to review other examples of people being fired from their job due to social media. All right, I'm going to go to the next slide. So, at the end of the day, you should think. You should think before you post. I mean, ask yourself these questions: is it true? Is it helpful? Just post smart, and you won't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about any consequences that may come about. And if you do decide to post, things that are a little, gray area, just be prepared for the potential consequences, because they can come your way. Just some things to think about. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide here. So, I just want to show you the slide here. The best thing that I would recommend is something that Dole said, actually. See it? If there is any doubt in your mind about what you can or can't say, keep it to yourself. Also ask yourself whether you really need to say that and what you'll gain from it. The answer is probably not enough to take a chance on losing your job. So we're back to that again. I know it sounds crazy. You want to think it's your personal site. You should be able to do whatever you want to, and I agree. But it's just the world we live in. The employers they've always had the upper hand. Always had the upper hand for sure. All right, so I'm not going to show this video at this time, but everyone in the class will be given this presentation to review further. So if you are trying to jot down anything right now, if for some reason you're missing something, don't worry, you're going to get the presentation. But I definitely would like for you to look at the video. I mean, it's humorous, and it just gives you many other examples of people being fired due to social media. I mean, this is a big thing, folks. Okay? So let's go to the next slide. So, outside of social media, let's just think about the employers in the United States and pretty much everywhere. So, if you think about it, most employees are at-will employees. employers. If you don't know what that means, it pretty much means that they can fire you for any reason, in a nutshell. I mean, they can't do discrimination or anything, but as you know, even if it is discrimination, they can always make it for something else to get around that. So this is definitely something that's, a bit risk from taking a job. So ask yourself, do you really want to give another risk of, just because you want to post something on Facebook or just because you wanted to entertain or whatever, stir up the pot? So just think about that. Most companies are at will, and also you need. I would highly suggest that you review the employer handbook, find out what their social media policy is. So we're gonna go to the next slide here. So we're gonna talk about the people who are hearing this message right now and are not really buying it, even though it's the truth. And I want to have something for you guys as well. So there's some things you can do if you must go and post that thing you probably shouldn't do. Best thing you want to do is set your social media page to private, and also don't add any coworkers to your page. I know you may have your friend Susie or whoever at the job, but this can actually cause some issues. And never mention anything about the job that's in a negative way or anything that's confidential as well. You might want to just stay away from that if you are going to go that route. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So now we're going to go over the pros and the cons for social media at the workplace. I'm not going to read all these. Again, you'll get a copy of this presentation. But some of the ones I want to point out now is, for the pro side, it's a low cost investment, and I can definitely agree with that. You can get ads, promotions, and just gives a lot of different ways to, reach people, and that's pretty much the goal. One of the cons is inappropriate online behavior. I mean, that doesn't surprise you. It shouldn't, anyways. Whenever you get people in a room, it's kind of, you always have that bad apple on when you're talking about millions of people upon millions of people. That's a lot of bad apples. So, but anyways, when you get a chance, just review the pros and cons for social media at the workplace. And I want to go to the next slide. One thing I want to point out also is, if you see at the very bottom, Kabalkin Ashley is the one who the pros and cons were cited from. Okay, so we're going to go over, we're going to do a refresher. At this point, we're basically bringing everything all together. My little corny joke up here, you're in for a tweet. You get it? Haha. Yeah, don't worry, I won't quit my day job. So anyways, one of the things you definitely want to do is retreat from posting anything negative. Follow the rules and guidelines outlined in your employee handbook. Be careful what you post or share. And again, it doesn't matter if someone was the first person who shared it and then you shared it. It's just, you might not want to go down that route. Another thing also is be professional at all times, even in your personal life. And once on the internet, always on the internet. That's a big one there. You may delete it, but it's still there. Follow the rules and guidelines outlined in your employee handbook. So now that we went over that, I just want to take this last bit of time. Oh, here's our references as well. I just want to take this time here and just want to hope you guys really take the time to review this presentation, and also learn any other things you can, because it can save a job, essentially a life. Thank you for listening to me today. I'm glad that everything went well, and now we'll start some Q&As. But as for now, before we start that, I just want to log off and say thank you. Please review it. I appreciate you guys paying attention while I present, and have a great day. Have a great day. Bye-bye.